let me ask you a question first. How many of you have heard about these sentences? If you do, please raise your hands. Boys' logics are better than girls. Girls are bad at STEM. Girls should just learn language, history, and literature. Okay, now you can raise your hand and let me know. Well, obviously, many of you have heard about these sentences, including me. Actually, people around me always said that. And when girls around me receive bad scores in their science and mathematics exam, they will be like, that what matters, I'm a girl anyway. But why do we always think that? What if I tell today that this actually doesn't even make sense? Boys' logics are better than girls. Well, the first thing I want to tell today is that the ability to learn subjects well do not depend on gender. One study highlighted in NPJ Science of Learning found no significant differences in learning mathematical content, neural development of mathematical processing, or overall brain function between boys and girls during early childhood. There is another fact that can totally amaze you guys. A comprehensive study, which analyzed 1.6 million students, found that girls generally had higher grades than boys by 6.3%. Girls' grades in STEM were 3.1% on average higher than those of boys. That is to say, girls are actually better at science than boys. That result might be quite weird to many of you, am I right? Because we're always told that girls can't do well in STEM subjects. So, why would we form this kind of stereotypes? The stereotypes that girls are bad at STEM have roots in cultural, social, and historical factors, rather than any innate differences in abilities. These stereotypes have evolved over time and are obvious in several factors. Firstly, historical exclusion. Historically, women were often excluded from formal education, particularly in fields like mathematics and science. Okay, now everybody here think of a Nobel Prize winner. Who came up first in your mind? Einstein. Yeah, Einstein, Linus Pauling, or I guess Hemingway, or maybe Curry, am I right? These names above include 3 men, but only 1 female. There are also many outstanding females who got the Nobel Prize in the history, but we can't even name most of them. Look, we've already excluded women from formal education sometimes. Secondly, cultural norms and expectations. Now, think of a word, nurse. What do you think of? A pretty girl in the uniform? Okay, there is another word, scientist. What do you think of this time? A man wearing glasses is doing experiments? Look, that is cultural norms and expectations. We always expect girls to major in subjects which are more nurturing and social, and boys instead to study mathematics and science. As a result, the stereotypes form. Stereotypes can impact girls' self-efficiency, or their belief in their own ability to succeed in STEM subjects. When girls internalize the stereotypes, they may doubt their own skills and be less likely to pursue in STEM subjects. Another point I'd like to mention is that the stereotypes does not only have a negative impact on girls, but also on boys. For instance, while a person is saying, girls should just learn language, history, and literature, he or she may also think that boys are not artistic. A boy dancing ballet? That's disgusting. Well, obviously, these opinions are absolutely wrong. The two genders are both good, and we shouldn't judge anyone because of him or her gender. So, all the males who are listening, breaking the stereotypes and being fair is also your responsibility. In the end, I'm going to give girls some suggestions. Never doubt yourself because of your gender. We're just as excellent as boys. To tell you the truth, I've also suffered gender discrimination. Every time when I got bad scores in my exam, my parents will always tell me that, never mind, as a girl, you've already done your best. But what I just want to say is that I don't need to live with others' judgments. Be who you are and never give up chasing your goals just because others tell you that this is not necessarily being a girl. I am proud of my gender, so should you. Meanwhile, it is everyone's responsibility to refuse gender discrimination and being fair. Just what I keep saying, I fair. Furthermore, I believe as long as individuals do a little more effort, girls will soon become brighter and brighter, shining just the way they like. Thank you for listening.